Okay, so what we're going to do is get going to turn a CSV file into API as quickly as we can and do that as effectively as we can. So the first thing we'll do here is actually create the autonomous database. So I'll go in here. I'll call that data store. And then provide a password. And then go. So while that's happening, we'll go over to our Git repository and we'll clone that. So within here, we've got some instructions. We're going to need to download some dependencies in terms of the instant client and the wallet from the autonomous database. A couple of steps in terms of what we need to do, and that's what we're walking through, and some samples in terms of executing that. So let's actually get that started. So let's clone. And then the first thing that we'll see is that there is this data store properties file as a template. So I need to create a copy of that. And within this file itself, we've got a database configuration, admin users, database data store user. And then these OCI parameters here are more for if you're using object storage. So we'll save that for a different one. So we'll just do quickly update this. So based upon the name, so data store. And then the actual connection name we'll use is the underscore low. And then from here, we'll actually go and update the passwords that we use. So, and then I'll save it. Okay, so now we've saved, we've got our passwords in there, we've got the connection string that we need in there. So the next thing that I'll do, let's see if this is actually up and running yet. Okay, that should be ready soon. In the lib directory, this is where I've been there. We can get the wallet now. I will make a wallet directory. And then from here, I will download that. Download. So we've got that. Okay, so in the wallet directory, I'll unzip. So that's the latest one that I've just downloaded. And then in here, we will need to do the updating the sqlnet.org file with the location of the wallet. Okay. So the other thing that we need to do is we've downloaded the instant client. So I just need to go and do that. Instant client, basically. So now we've got the instant client, we've got the wallet, and we've got, so these are the locations. Now, the reason why I've done that is because the CX Oracle Python library needs these pieces of information. So in the bin directory, we've got these shell scripts. So I'll take a copy of shell template. And we'll update those. So if I source that, now we've got that in the environment and we're actually now ready to go. Okay, so now we've done that, what we're going to do now is actually go and create the user and enable REST data services for that user. So let's do that. Then now that we've got that, we can now take that. Let's have a quick look at the sample CSV file, and that's what it looks like. So what we're going to do is put that data in there. So it will create the table, it will load the data up, and also create the API. So if we come back into here, what we can do is log into that data store user and see these. So from here, we can see the sample. If we open that up, then we can see the data that's actually there. If I take this part of the URL and then data store sample, so that's the URL format for the API. So this replicates exactly what is seen in the database. Okay, cool. So this replica in terms of deleting the data and also dropping the user. So that's all there as well. We also have Django. So Django allows us to create a web user interface for this. So we'll actually start that off. Python source API admin manage. So that's the Python script to actually get this running. And then we go run server. What this will do is create a local server instance on this particular port. So we'll take that and we'll go /upload. Now this is a basic form where we can upload, let's say, a CSV file and call that test. So if I upload that, that's executed. I can now go back here. I see my test. And if I change this to test, then with a couple of clicks, we've now created a new data set and a new API. There is a corresponding delete. So if I just want to delete that same, then I can do that. So we're pretty much up and running. Where from that CSV file, we've loaded it in, create a table, load the CSV file as a table structure, and we can do SQL. We've also got an API there. Now that's there, we can do many other things that we want to.